Happy college football weekend. It's time to get you covered with an absolutely stacked Saturday slate. Is there a devilish fear for the Ducks in the Valley of the Sun?
Is there a storm brewing for the Cardinals in the land of the hurricane?
Does Carolina have the bite to back up their bark on the road in Death Valley?
Do the top-ranked dogs flex their muscles and dominate the Vols yet again?
We're talking all that and so much more on this divine Saturday morning in Blacksburg. I'm Giovanni Heater, joined alongside the spread savant and the man with the mullet, Mr. Raza Umerani, and we're back. After a week off, we're ready to bring you our favorite picks of the weekend, Raza.
It's good to be back up here with you, Gio. Hopefully the week off can help turn around our luck on the show because we just keep on having losing weeks. We're sitting at 20, 23, and 3 on the season. You know, I'd say if we can work our way back above 500 before the season's end, we should be very pleased with our performance.
Yeah, a little bit of a Sean Tucker reference
yeah.
there. I like that. Well, in desperate need of a bounce back, it's time for your weekly bout with the books.
For the love of all that is holy, can we please show Vegas who's boss? Give me my theme music.
To start our cautious covers, we're keeping it right here at home to kick off Week 12 with a massive ACC clash as Virginia Tech hosts NC State for a 3:30 showdown in Lane.
The Hokies are coming off an incredibly dominant win a week ago against Boston College and now return home to the friendly confines of Lane Stadium, where they've lost just once all year and are outscoring opponents by an average of nearly 15 points per game. Both sides of the ball have simply been different beasts in Blacksburg this year, especially in the second half of the season, Gio.
Yeah, the Hokies are on the up and up with an outside chance at an ACC title appearance, but NC State holds that same exact opportunity. The Wolfpack boasts the 21st best defense in the country and have won 3 straight. While the defense has been stout, the offense has been abysmal, though, for the Wolfpack, and Brendan Armstrong just has not been the answer.
No, he has not. And listen, while State might be the best team the Hokies are playing at home this year, it's simply too difficult to pick against Tech inside a Lane Stadium. Hey, it may be Thanksgiving time, but these turkeys are going to be the ones doing the cooking on Saturday.
You got to get up for this one. Book it, baby. Virginia Tech -3.
We move all the way down to the Bayou as number 15 LSU hosts Georgia State as a huge favorite in its proverbial SEC bye week matchup.
Here at 3304 Sports, we believe that the Tigers are led by the Heisman frontrunner in Jaden Daniels. The former Sun Devil turned Tiger leads the country in passing touchdowns and total yards. Amongst the gauntlet of the SEC, he just continues to rise to the top. There's no question that he's the most productive player in all of college football. Simply put, he don't miss.
No, he's good. He's good. Meanwhile, it's easy to see why the Panthers are a 4.5 touchdown underdog in this game. Their defense, which ranks bottom 40 in the FBS in scoring, is in the midst of a terrible stretch, giving up 40 or more in 4 of its last 5 games. And their offense isn't doing much to help pick up the slack either.
You know, yeah, Raza, on the road against what I think is the best offense in the country, I just don't see them standing a chance in this one.
Not one bit. I could not agree with more with you, my friend. Book it, baby. LSU -31.5.
Hey, Alexa, cue up Miami by Will Smith, because that's exactly where we're heading for our first balanced bet as the Canes of the 305 host the number 9 Louisville Cardinals in South Beach.
Woo! This is a big one, my friend. The Cardinals can clinch a spot in the ACC championship game against Florida State with a win here. Hey, we've loved them all year long, but I don't think this one's going to be easy, and neither does Vegas apparently, as this line has swung completely in the U's direction. Yeah, I hate to say it, but this feels like an upset waiting to happen. We all know Hard Rock isn't a very difficult place to play, but Miami's only loss at home this year was that debacle against Georgia Tech. Despite the losses, this is a good, physical team that always plays up to their competition. And on top of that, they're getting their quarterback in Tyler Van Dyke back in this one. Listen, I don't know what else to say. I really think they're going to win this game, Gio.
This guy and I have bickered back and forth over a half an hour the last couple of days, and I've just come to the understanding that you must pick your battles. That's what a friendship's all about, right? One thing that I know is Raza has one heck of a football mind when it comes to all of this, and I just gotta trust his instincts on this one.
Hey, I appreciate that. That's real friendship right there. And it's like you once told me, scared money don't make money, brother.
That's right. Book it, baby. A hesitant for me, but a confident for Raza. Miami -1.
Hey, we'll see what happens. Why don't we keep it in the ACC for a big-time battle in Death Valley as Clemson hosts number 20 North Carolina as a touchdown favorite.
Look, We understand that this has not been the Tigers team that we have all come to expect, but they have been outstanding at home and remain one of the most well-coached and talented teams in the league. Clemson is 5-1 in Death Valley and is coming off the heels of back-to-back convincing wins over Notre Dame and Georgia Tech as well.
Yeah, beating Clemson on the road is never easy, but it's made even more difficult when your defense is playing as poorly as North Carolina's is right now. The Tar Heels have given up 30 or more points in every single conference game they've played in the last month, including 91 in their last 2 ACC outings. Their offense has been must-see TV with Drake May launching it to Tez Walker, but the Tigers have the defensive talent to stifle them, and there's just no way that UNC can make up for that with their own defense.
For that, we like Clemson to cover at home and pick up a big top 25 win.
Book it, baby! Clemson -6.5.
It's time to kick it up a notch with our automatic ace. We hit I-81 on the road to Knoxville as number 18 Tennessee hosts number 1 Georgia inside Neyland Stadium.
The Dogs are back atop the college football playoff rankings after thrashing Ole Miss last week and appear to be peaking at just the right time. In my mind, the key has been their newfound balance as they stand alone as the country's only team with a top 6 scoring offense and scoring defense. Combine that with the fact that they're finally getting healthy, and it's no surprise that they've reproven themselves as the nation's top team.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And Tennessee has disappointed just a little bit this season. 1 year removed from the Hendon Hooker era, and things aren't the same in Knoxville. The Vols own tough losses to Florida and Alabama, while really struggling last week in a blowout loss at Missouri. Look, we're going to keep it elementary. Georgia dismantled Florida and looked sharp against Missouri. So why in our right mind would we take Tennessee in this one?
That's a great point. I mean, all things considered, it's kind of a shock that the spread isn't bigger than it actually is. Maybe Vegas knows something we don't, maybe not. But in any case, we're sticking with all reliable and taking the 2-time defending champs to dominate on the road.
Book it, baby! Georgia, -10.
And now for our super selection of the week. We've got a matchup that might not seem like much on paper, but just like the Transformers, there's more than meets the eye. Arizona State welcomes number 6 Oregon to the desert for a midday showdown in Tempe.
The Ducks are as advertised, and I'll say it right now. I think that they win the Pac-12. Dan Lanning and the boys are having a very impressive season up in Eugene. With that being said, the Sun Devils continue to get up for the big games in their first year under Kenny Dillingham. They kept it close at home against USC. They nearly beat Washington on the road, holding one of the best offenses in the country to just 15 points. Raza, I'm telling you, the third time's the charm.
Hey, can I ask you a question? You know the last time these two teams matched up? 2019. It was the second and last game of the season. Oregon was ranked number 6 in the college football playoff rankings, needing to win to keep its playoff hopes alive. And Arizona State beat them outright. Hey, even 2 years ago, the Ducks lost their second to last game of the year on the road to derail their season. That one was against Utah. So, in the same situation here, I'll tell you, Gio, I'm not being superstitious, but I am a little stitious here.
You know who the quarterback was on that night in Tempe? It was Mr. Jaden Heisman Daniels. We might as well put it down as a future pick at this point because we think he is winning the Heisman Trophy. Listen, the more we talk about this ball game, the more I just absolutely fall in love with this pick. Give me the Sun Devils to keep it close against Oregon.
Oh, I love it. Book it, baby. Arizona State plus 23.5.
Just absolutely brings a tear to my eye, brother. College football season is almost over, and it kills me to say it, but at the same time, the best part is only beginning. So let's go ahead and recap our selection. We like Virginia Tech and LSU to cover as home favorites.
Give us the ACC duo of Miami and Clemson to shake up the landscape with the conference a bit and pick up huge ranked wins.
How about the Dogs barking down in Knoxville for a big-time W?
And for our super selection of the week, we're buying into the superstition and taking the Sun Devils to cover as huge underdogs against the Ducks.
Well, that does it for today, and we'll see you right back here next week ahead of another College Football Saturday.
Until then, when they call, you be sure to tell them we got it covered.